Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming. Today we're checking out Level 9, Doctor in the House Free Play. You can see down below we got a character suggestion list for all the characters we used in this level. We got the True Believer status set to 110,000, which will be easy peasy. And we also get all 10 Minikits and show you the stand in Peril location. So make sure your multipliers are on and you're all ready to roll. By now, you're probably tired of hearing me say we recommend you beat the entire story mode. We got all the characters that we know you need, so if you got those, regardless if you beat it or not, go ahead and jump on in, select your toggle, and let's roll. We have sped this up a significant amount, not too ridiculous, but a fair amount nonetheless. And we have removed all the cutscenes. If you're interested in any of the story time stuff, make sure you check out our story walkthroughs. Now right here in your free fall, right at the very beginning, try to stay right in the center because as you can see, there is a Minikit that floats up. It does give you a little bit of a warning and you just got to kind of try to stay right in the middle. Worst case scenario, you start the level over again if you don't get it. So not really any other advice I can give you other than stay in the middle and be ready to restart. Right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and destroy a couple of items down low and up top. Reason is we're going to make things a little bit easier for us getting the 5 golden statues that we need to take out. So we tried taking a swing at that guy up there, but we fail miserably. So we'll go ahead and take another shot at this green crack up here because crack kills. And then we'll take Iron Man again and use our heat ray. Meat gaze. Go ahead and melt that down. It's kind of a funny angle there. But as you can see, there's 5 of those statues all together. So there's 1. There be 2. And then we're going to get caught in kind of a little cinematic sequence here. It's just showing us boo, 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 boo. It's kind of a little radar sequence. All right, once you get through that, right below and kind of towards the screen, there is number 3. And then keep on flying around. Yep, that's nice. You can kind of fly throughout the whole level and grab all these at once. Booyakashow, number 4 in the bag. And number 5 is not really that tricky, but it is kind of hidden up and around this big other crack. So we'll go ahead and destroy it and then sneak on in for that Minikit. Oh, yeah. All right, so 2 Minikits, already ours, ready to roll. We'll take Iron Man and swoop right around the corner here up top. Melt the ice on the front side, and then we'll switch to Jean Grey for some telekinesis. And we'll use that guy to walk right into the Minikit. As soon as you gain control of him, more than likely you're going to get the Minikit because he's kind of standing right on it, or at least he was for us. If not, move him into it, and then switch on back. And what we're going to do is we're going to skip a lot of this story time stuff that isn't required because a lot of it's just, pull this, move that, do that, and then we'll give you a bridge to get over there. Well, since we can fly, we don't need a bridge, so... Right now, too, we're kind of in a down point between Minikits and collectibles, or Stan, I guess I should say. So I will go ahead and bring up that we do have, in the video description down below, we do have fast-forward timeline links that allow you to quickly access any of the Minikits. And you can skip all of my wording and gameplay and everything and just go simply to Minikit to Minikit to Minikit. Or if you just need the Stan Lee or whatever the case may be, you can go ahead and skip on through. You saw us pull Hulk's big green handles there, and then that gives us some blocks that we can build up into a Mr. Fantastic hub, or panel. And then once we use that, we screw around a little bit. We'll go ahead and turn that off by clicking the red X. And then, oh yeah, it actually turns off the radar, gives us a bridge, which we didn't really need. But, more importantly, it gives us access up top without being electrocuted. So now we can switch to Iron Man again and jump up top and then switch to Magneto. It tells you right off the bat that those blue objects can be manipulated. And we'll go ahead and manipulate and get that Minikit. Woot woot. Alright, so just making our progress along. We got another 30 seconds or so before the next Minikit, so this might be a good time to go ahead and click the Minikit 5 button. I am totally fine with you hanging out, though, and not advancing, too. So we skip all this, We hate these little puzzle games that they present to us. I mean, we like the diversity and the challenge that it provides, but at the same time, it always seems to be, I always call it user error, but I'm not the only one that has this issue, so it might not really be a user error. Might be a little bit of just a kind of a weak design. Ooh, sorry about that. We love your games, TT. We love you. Alright, so we've skipped a lot of stuff. We just flew over to the far right side. We're going to use Mr. Fantastic to go ahead and be a circuit breaker there. And, yeah, we're not having any luck of escaping this area, are we? Fail, fail, fail. Alright, so we're going to get our flyer and just fly right in the tube. And then it brings us over to the next area, which right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and there are 5 little glaciers. Now, we want to point out that you can fly all over, but there are some restricted areas. So I guess it's not all over. But we'll start with the first glacier that's right here, right at where we spawn. And it's important that you build all the bricks that drop from that, because that's what completes it. So make sure you get all those. We show you a couple of other glaciers that aren't necessarily good to go, but they're all by walls, so that should help you. And most of them are in this far area over here. Be careful, there's some guns and shockers that'll get you, so try to fly off to the left and right of those. Speaking of left side, on the left side, once you get past those big old guns, on the lower level right by the hole candles, you'll go ahead and see another glacier. You'll melt and build up into some sort of a mask. And right below it, there we go, there's another one. Alright, it's all built. There's 3 of 5. We're just going to run right across to the other side and climb up the stairs. There is a gold statue there that will yield you a mini kit, but we'll come back to that in a second. Alright, build up number 4 and then hop right upstairs. So essentially 4 of the 5 are on this far area, 2 left, 2 right, and then the first one is right there by the door. So once you build the 5th one, it will present you with a mini kit. So go ahead and snag that bad boy. And then since we're over here on the far right side, before we get too far ahead, let's backtrack just a wee bit. There's those guns I was talking about. Steer clear of those. But you can see the guns, and then we're going to head right off to the right-hand side, right in front of them, towards the screen. And you'll see this giant cannon. And if you look carefully, you can see Mr. Lee's head sticking out. So we'll use Spider-Man to grapple the hook after using his Spidey sense. And then we'll use Iron Man to light the fuse and freely, freely, freely. All right, booyakashow! Look at that. The angle's a little weird. The trajectory on that's like, 45 degrees to the east. Yet there he is popping up in the north. So, and yet he flies from the east too. So that's a little weird. It's kind of a boomerang. Throw that bad boy. Speaking of boomerangs, Australia is pretty popular for having boomerangs, right, mate? If you haven't seen lately on our Facebook page, we had our most recent Thumby sighting was Thumby Down Under. Now, we did actually see that gold statue meet its demise there. We went ahead and melted it down and grabbed the mini kit for doing so. Hop right back up, and then go ahead and use old Iron Man to destroy the silver plate. Once you have the plate removed, go ahead and switch to any character that can charge up a Transformer hub. We use Dr. Doom because he's our favorite villain. And then we can't quite get up to the top with him, so we switch to somebody who can fly, who happens to be Iron Man. And we get all the way to the top. Grab that mini kit. Okay, so now, real quick, I'm sure you guys figured this out, but you don't want to, save Nick and the Human Torch and then make your way all the way. You want to do all this stuff first. So before advancing back to get those guys, you want to grab Spider-Man. Use your Spidey sense to find the grapple hooks. Now, keep in mind, this is right by the last 2 mini kits, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Once you get inside, go ahead and switch to Iron Man and blow the silver plate off, and then switch to the heat ray and melt the gold to yield you that mini kit number 8. Now we'll go ahead and sneak around out front. We got these guns that are going to be a little shocking surprise for us there. And we got to weasel our way around. So one of the last things we're going to do in this area is actually destroy these 3 silver plates. They're kind of like belt buckles or something, but they're on the buildings. You can see the first one was right there on the left-hand side, right by the front door. We're going to go ahead and knock that bad boy out. It's right above where you came into the area. And we'll go ahead and then fly past the cannons again, and you can see the other 2 right up on the main tower in the very back. One on the left side, one on the right side. So makes it pretty easy to find. We'll go ahead and target both of them. Booyakashow, booyakashow. They drop these big banners down, and oh yeah! Minikit number 9 is officially ours. So we get caught up in a little bit of this ridiculous down here, ridiculousness. Let me rewind that a little bit. And we pull Hulk's handles out, which we don't need to do. This simply just gives us a ladder, so my bad for a waste of time. But what we do is, we switch over to Mr. Wolverine. Beast would work, or any character with claws with the digging ability. And over on this front left side of the back area, there is a digging area. So we'll go ahead and pull that out and dig it up, and it makes a nice little trampoline. and we'll get our baboing on and grab Minikit number 10. So that's actually going to complete the collectiblage for this level. And we do complete the level. There's a significant amount of story time, story play, which hopefully you don't need, because we did do a story walkthrough on this, and we go a lot more in detail, and it's all in order instead of being all jargoned around. But essentially, we have kind of this pastime of completing things. We don't really like to leave you guys hanging. And although it has been confirmed 6 ways sideways that you can quit after completing free play with the collectibles, you do not have to complete the level. You can quit, but you have to save and quit. So I haven't done it yet, but HTG Doug has, a couple of our viewers have, and they've all confirmed it. And so I'm not going to do it because we're going to go ahead and finish the level. Regardless if I'm telling you step by step or not, you can see the actions that I'm doing in order to complete this. But we do make it out over here, and we do need Hulk now, or somebody big. The Thing would work just fine too. And you're going to want to target that big old butt crack on the right, because we already know crack kills. Unfortunately, you cannot use your special ability to pull up a rock and hurl it. You have to use the big green handle. But all we're doing here is simply freeing the Human Torch and Nick Fury, which we already got Nick Fury. He was already in the back, and we were right there, so we went ahead and grabbed him. We'll switch to Captain America after building those blocks. We'll reflect that beam over there to charge up the power and remove those guns and give us the old light ray, I don't know, skyway bridge, I guess. I'd be a little suspect about walking across that, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, what? This is just a light and I can walk on it? That's weird. Alright, eventually you're going to get through after you get the Human Torch. You can jump in the back left side, and there is a gold plate that you're going to want to destroy. Once you destroy that, flip the switch. Oh, psych. You got to wait and destroy this stuff over here on the left first. And even psych again. You actually had to just use telekinesis. So hopefully you watch the story mode walkthrough, because this is terrible right now. I actually skipped all of this during the editing process. Once I knew I had all the Minikits and everything, I just like, oh, speed it up, roll out, next video. So basically, you use Spider-Man once inside there. You saw me melt the door to get it open. A bunch of bad guys come out, gives you a gold door, kill the bad guys, melt the gold door. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff here. But we're completionists. We got to complete this, so we'll suffer through it as long as you guys don't mind. We had a little bit of a trouble with this too. I'm not sure why, but for some reason this elevator would not go up. Like, we have everybody in here, wouldn't go. We're finding too that some of these elevators are based on weight. So in some cases, like there's one that requires 3 people to stand on it, but you only have 2. So how's that going to work? Well, take your 2 main characters and stand on the 2 smaller ones, and that'll work. And in this case, we're going to need somebody a little bit heftier, huh? Flying around is not going to do it, Iron Man. Shooting a few more things isn't going to persuade that elevator. It's not like it has an intimidation factor or nothing. I'm totally convinced that I needed to do something else in order to cue that elevator. But here in a second, I get back in, and then we do a quick pause, and then I do some research, and I realize, oh my. Now, once I figure it out, which is coming up here in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope. That was a good countdown. And, yeah, so we'll switch the thing. We'll get our weight limit up, ride it to the top, and then we find our nemesis Green Goblin waiting for us up here. You might remember this battle from the story mode. Essentially, there are 3 items you need to build up in order to take him out. And they kind of come in 3 sequences. It's not something you can do very rapidly. It's all a matter of taking out a wave of guys, then smashing in the Green Goblin, and then taking out a wave of guys and smashing in the Green Goblin. So we'll go ahead and build up our first item here. We already took out a wave of guys, and we smashed the Green Goblin. So every time you knock him down, you got to actually run up to him and physically do damage on him. So kick him as many times as you can. Cha, 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 cha. And once you take 3 hearts off, no matter how many times you hit him, it's all you can get is 3. Moves to the next sequence, which then some more baddies come in, take them out. He'll come crashing through another window, giving you some more blocks to build. I love that when the Thing, and I think the Hulk too, when they die, they drop down to the ground and like their arms are off. It's like the real toy. Like if you were to rip the arms off the toy, that's what it looks like. It's pretty cool. See, like right there. See it? Woohoo! All right, and so we're building the bricks to go ahead and make the giant goblin swatter. need telekinesis to go ahead and lift that up. You see that? It was lifting me up, too. I almost went along for the ride. Wee-wee! And, like I mentioned before, once you knock him down with the stuff, with the big bricks you built, go ahead and smack him around with your fists a little bit. And he'll swoop around, and he'll come in one last time through this right-hand side window here, which will happen any second now. And then we'll repeat the process, build one last item, and then we'll meet you at the total screen. This is a little bit weird here, how he builds up into this giant lighthouse. Like, what? I guess it's an air traffic control tower, huh? And then he gives us a little sample of Jarvis, like, he's all red. Maybe it's Flo. I don't know. Whatever. That completes Doctor in the House free play. So, got a bunch of studs. We're well over, well, not well over, but well on our way to the Billionaire Philanthropist Trophy, which, little spoiler alert, I actually, as of this recording, have played further ahead than this video and have it. So, we got a little tip and trick for you that might be helpful. You don't really need to farm too much in this game as long as you get the multipliers. But as you saw, we got the True Believer status. We got all 10 of the Minikits, which put together a nice comic. We freely, and got a couple bricks for doing so. So, that'll wrap up Lego Marvel Superheroes Level 9, Doctor in the House, free play. That's the remix, in case you missed it. Head on over to Facebook, Twitter, comment, vote, subscribe if you like what we're doing here. I can't imagine that you stuck around through all of that extra stuff that you didn't need to watch, but if you did, hey, good on you. It was nice hanging out. Appreciate that. And, yeah, as always, until next time. Highway to the sea zone.